Lanzamiento, aquí viene un batazo de Mundito entre right center field, la bola pica, se extiende, viene anotando Stott, empata el juego, también manda para la bola Turner anota y los Phillies se van arriba. Se prepara, Mundito en segunda, el lanzamiento, batazo profundo para el center field, la bola se va, Schwarber Bob, ¡campanazo! Aquí viene el lanzamiento, swing y lo ponchó. Ponche de Alvarado, amigos.
Welcome to Phillies Weekly. Another week, another really bad week. I got Tim and Luke today. Hi guys, how are you? How's it going? Of course, Jeff. Jeff, where's Jeff? He's coming. He'll be here momentarily. So he'll give us an explanation of what's going on. But guys, glad to have you here. This is going to be a very interesting. This is going to be the most interesting Phillies Weekly in a while, based on the 9-19 record and that we have won one game in the last 12. That's incredible, man. How you doing, guys? Hi, Tim. How are you, man?
I'm good. I like the new intro. That's my first time seeing it, so I like it.
We're getting there.
Yeah, I that's the only positive thing I can say.
When the intro is the most positive thing, I don't even want to know the exit message in this thing. It's gonna be wild, man. There's the man, Luke Arcaini. What's going on, Luke?
What's going on? I feel like, is this a new backdrop for you back there? Is this a new spot where you're doing this from?
One of my backdrops.
That's my positive. There you go. That's my positive. It looks
nice. Guess who just joined? Let's bring him in.
There he is. Fashionably late.
The one and only.
What's up, boys?
Fashionably late. There he is.
Still has his Christmas tree up.
Yeah, that Christmas tree's staying up, boys. Till the Phillies learn to get the 500, I think I'll keep it.
Okay, well, when you get to 500, you bring it down. There you go.
Yeah, I think that's fair, isn't it?
That's fair. I'll take it. I'll take it. It's not like I was forced in one of the Baerga podcasts with all the Mets fans around me saying the Mets win the World Series. I'll have a tattoo. I don't have any tattoos, but I would do a Mets tattoo if they win the World Series. So far, so good.
Why are all of Dave Dombrowski's goons at Reading and Lehigh and in Atlanta? Like, what the hell's he doing?
For all those new guys to call up.
I was told Anthony Contreras.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
Look, I think we need to be honest here. I mean, we all enjoy covering the team and doing what each of us do for the team. Look, this is as ugly as I've seen it in a long time. I mean, 9-19, losing 11 of the last 12. You go back 2 out of the last 15. I mean, I have here the last time they won yesterday. Before that, the previous win was Monday, April 13th, when we had the 13 runs against the Cubs. That was the previous win. We've only won 2 series the entire year. We're 2-7. And the only 2 series we beat the lowly Nationals and the lowly Colorado Rockies. Those are the only 2 series the team have won. We lost to Texas. We lost to San Francisco. We lost to Arizona. We lost to Chicago twice, and we lost to Atlanta twice. Scary.
The worst part about this is we can't even rag on the Mets. The Mets are playing just as bad baseball as us, but I feel like we can't even say anything at this point because we're playing just as bad as the Mets.
I mean, look, let's not waste any time. I mean, these are the numbers. I mean, this is as ugly as they get. Atlanta is flying. I mean, Atlanta has the best ERA in baseball. They are, I think, they're actually 1 in ERA and 1 in runs per game, run scores per game. I mean, it's 65 differential versus Philly at minus 54. I mean, there's no other way to paint this as the ugliest picture you can paint. I mean, at least the Mets have scored less runs than we have, 3.4 per game versus 364 for the Phils, but it's just ugly.
110 run difference in 30 games between the Phillies and the Braves.
Yeah, you can start printing the shirts now. The Braves have won the NL East in 2026.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're
Just
loaded.
like how they lost the NL East last year.
Right,
It's
over.
the exact opposite.
And one thing that I mentioned before to you guys, and I'll show it to you right away. To me, is the most important stat of all the stats of the Phillies. There is one stat that to me is the most important one. I'm loading it here right now, which is the ERA or starting pitching. The ERA was starting. This team will live and die because of starting pitching. After today's game, after Nola's performance, we're at 5.80 ERA, the worst ERA among started pitchers in baseball. I mean, that to me, and I said it, Jeff, this is not the first time that you hear me saying that to me is the most important stats for this Phillies team. The ERA or starting pitcher.
It's the most disappointing unit out of all of them. It's everybody likes playing the offense. And look, I'm not absolving them of anything, but you're paying Jesus Luzardo the amount of money he's getting. You're paying Aaron Nola the amount of money he's getting. Andrew Painter's Andrew Painter. He's a rookie. I'm not going to harp on him too much, but Aaron Nola, it literally, he sucked the life out of this team after that 3-run home run today. It was any momentum they had was completely gone.
Well, we do need to acknowledge this includes Taijuan Walker, who's no longer on the team. Yep. But I look at Aaron Nola, and I just think at this point, this is what Aaron Nola is. You got to move forward. If he gets better, then great for the Phillies, but I don't expect it at this point. I do expect Jesus Luzardo to bounce back.
And I think Sanchez too.
Andrew Painter's been better than his ERA would lead you.
I agree. I agree with
that. I think that's the one area where you can look at and say there realistically could be improvement. Wheeler looked really good yesterday, so there's some positives, but that's about it. And the unit, they have no depth. They have Alan Ronhell up next. They don't have anyone if somebody gets hurt or they're not in a good situation. But I do think the rotation is better than it's shown to this point. The lineup and bullpen, maybe not.
And I think, like we said, I think Andrew Painter's been better than his ERA, like you said. I think Christopher Sanchez has been worse than his ERA shows. And
look at one thing. Look, building on your point, look at the hits versus the innings pitch.
It's not like Nola. Sanchez has allowed 8 more hits than Nola in 2 more innings. Like, I don't necessarily think Sanchez has been that great to start the year, and that's me holding Sanchez to the Sanchez level that he should be at. I don't think that ERA shows what he's been this year. And yes, I think yesterday was very good from Zack Wheeler. Not what I was not expecting to see 96 up to nearly 97 yesterday at all. I think that was a really good sign, but it's those bottom 2 guys. Like a 6 ERA from Nola is not going to get the job done. A 7 ERA from Luzardo is not going to get the job done. You're paying these guys a combined like $60 million a year. It's just not. It's not good enough.
Yeah, it's. It's really. Look at the home runs. Nola has allowed 6 home runs in 33 innings or 31 innings, 36 hits. It's just not there anymore. As simple as that. Nola is. One of the things that you would see on Nola is his control, and he would not allow maybe 1, maximum 2 base on balls each game. 13 bases and balls in 33 innings. In 6 outings. So it ain't painting pretty. Again, let's go back to some of the things here.
I will say this too, Oscar. I think the most disappointing thing for me with the starting pitching is these guys just do not go deep in the games at all.
That's the other thing.
Only two guys have gone to the 7th inning this year, or gone out in the 7th inning. That was Jesus Luzardo and Aaron Nola, and that was weeks ago. It just feels like you're getting.
And you're taxing the bullpen. You're taxing the bullpen, and the bullpen has 3 arms that are down. 3 arms down.
Yeah. Yeah, you're getting Ryan Kirkring up early. You're getting Tim Mesa up early. Tanner Banks up early. Someone it seems to be getting up in the 5th inning all the time. And the bullpen was taxed today. And Aaron Nola kind of took one for the team a little bit.
So this is the series against the Cubs. Extremely, extremely disappointing. That series. We were non-competitive in most of these games. Outside the last game, I mean, you knew that they went up, 3 or 4-0, and you knew that was it. I mean, this team was not coming back. I mean, 1 run the first game, 4 runs in the second one, but we were 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. I mean, what was it, like 0 for 29 between the previous series, the Atlanta series, and the series with the Cubs? I mean,
I think it was like 2 for 32 or something at one point.
Yeah. I mean, it was. I mean, look how many. I mean, we got 3 hits in the series against the Cubs with runners in scoring position, and the only one that we were competitive was the last game.
The craziest thing here to me is that the Cubs left 48 guys on base in 4 games and outscored us by 4, 7, 12, 13 runs. They outscored us by 13 runs, and they left 48 guys on base in 4 games.
You know what is leaving 17 runners on base on two games in a series? 34. I mean, that is insane.
That was upsetting, too, over the weekend. Like, I thought the offense was starting to turn a corner. He lost in 7. I mean, lost in 10, but they scored 7 runs, and they scored 4 runs on Friday, and then you end up scoring 8 in extra innings or 8 total. But you had the 10th inning on Saturday, and you're like, okay, well, that's 19 runs over a 3-game stretch. Sorry, here it is. So let's see here.
You just asked for it. It just pops up. I mean,
so you got 20 runs over the last 4 games, but you only had 2 today with 2 hits. So
hey, let's be very clear. We won the game yesterday because of the 2 blunders by the Braves on defense. Those 2 triples. That's the reason we were in that game.
Because if you want to start talking about blunders on defense, that's certainly not helping us at all right now either. This team looks like they don't know how to play defense. It seems like it's nearly half the guys on the field right now. Edmundo Sosa. I mean, Edmundo Sosa looks really bad at second base. Trey Turner looks like 2024 again. Justin Crawford hasn't been good in center. Like it's they're not playing good enough defense. Granted, they're not doing anything good, but Tim, at least in the past, they've been, serviceable in the field. Like, you've gotten good infield defense, especially last year with Trey. Other than Castellanos last year, your outfield defense was fine for the most part, but their defense is a big portion of the reason why they are losing baseball games right now.
So today we go down 3-0 after the home run. Did you feel that we had any chance in that game?
No.
Nope.
After going down 3-0 in the first inning?
No, but well, I didn't think it, because I didn't think Aaron Nola was only going to give up those 3, and the next inning he went out and gave up 3 more. But I don't have a lot of faith right now that they're going to, and they did battle back in that Cubs game, even though they lost at the final game. They showed some fight the first 2 nights in Atlanta, but no, I didn't think they were going to. And we talk about the fielding. Sosa has been really bad at second base to this point. Luke mentioned Turner. Ironically, one of the guys playing well defensively is Alec Boehm, but the offense has been so bad that you don't really notice it.
Yeah, that's some very good plays this week.
Brandon Marsh is good in left field. He is not good in center field, but you have questions with Crawford, who hasn't hit as much lately. Garcia has been excellent. Bryce Harper's actually graded out really poorly so far at first base, too. So defense has been a big issue for them, among other big issues.
I mean, look at the numbers, both on runs scored, on ERA. Look at the comparison between the Braves and the Phillies. We're 28th in run score. We're 16th in strikeouts, and we're 25th in base on balls.
They're just doing everything right. They're doing
28th on ERA. Right. Look at them. I mean, outside of the base on balls, I mean, they're like top 3, top 5, 4 in every category.
They're doing everything right, and they're still not fully healthy. That's the craziest. Like, their pitching staff has been unbelievable, and they're still not fully healthy. I mean, yes,
Strider and Swellenback. I mean, both of them.
I think it helps. They get a lot. Last year's Ozzie Albies was not good at all. They're getting a lot better version of Albies. Matt Olson and Drake Baldwin are both tearing it up at the plate this year. Even a guy like Austin Riley, who usually kills the Phillies, hasn't even got it going really yet this year. And
it feels like they're
doing everything right.
It feels like them moving on from Marcell Ozuna was addition by subtraction.
Maybe, but maybe it was. But whatever whatever they're doing, they're doing right. And you know, they're not just crushing home runs. Like,
and even Dubon, that was
yeah.
supposed to be a utility guy. I mean, he's hitting. I mean everybody's
Dom
hitting.
Smith. Dom
Eli
Smith
White.
has been killing it.
Eli White hit a home run off Aaron Nola today. Eli White stinks. Like, and he's not good. And he took Nola deep today. Like, it's everything is clicking for the Braves.
This is where I go back to, how can you really blame the manager for is Aaron Nola all of a sudden going to be a good pitcher if you hire a new manager? No.
Look at the numbers, guys. Against the National League East, we're 3-0. Everything is red. Look, the only thing that we're not red on is extra innings, one-run games, and right-handed pitching. Everything else, and I could have put. By the way, I could have put a red. I was nice at 7 and 8 to put it in yellow.
I was gonna say, you're being really generous with that 7 and 8.
Really generous. I mean, everything else, guys, is awful. 2-11 against left-handed pitching.
Yeah,
0-10 against lefty starters.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and that like includes openers. They haven't won a game against a left-handed starter this year. Like,
it's whichever way you want to look at it. And remember the chart that we have to score 4 runs and we need to allow less than 4 runs for the 3rd week in a row. They've
improved this week, Oscar.
Yeah, they did
improved.
from 3.67 runs to 3.86 runs. And then the runs allowed per game from 733 to 614. This is awful, guys. This is awful. I mean, it's awful. Look at last year. 4.44 runs scored, 391 runs allowed. I mean,
I would love to say that this is just, they can't play the Cubs and they can't play the Braves, but we've seen before that's not the case. We have a 3-week sample size without it. I don't know. This is really bad. Like, I think they can turn it around against the Giants and the Marlins, but they're not giving you any reason to.
The question, I mean, we'll talk about it in a minute, but the question is the why. I think we need to, and we're going to do some very interesting comparisons in a minute. Just hang tight. So these are the big news of the week. Zack Wheeler is back. He could not have done any better what he did yesterday. He was special. 84 pitches. I mean, when I saw 96 in that radar in the first inning, I was like, wow, I got to take my hat off to him. His location was not perfect, but he battled, man. He battled and he did what he needed to do. He gave the team the opportunity, and I'm glad he's back. The bottom number is what he did in the minors, but yesterday, I mean, he was special, and you got to give it to the guy.
The biggest inning for me from Wheeler was really that 4th inning. I believe he had bases loaded, no outs, and yes, he's Zack Wheeler, but for Wheeler to be in his first start of the year after a not so great rehab assignment with an injury you don't really see against a team you see all the time, that inning could have been a lot worse. And for him to get out of that bases loaded, no outs with just 2 runs, and it really wasn't even some monstrous hits that inning. That was really impressive from him. And yeah, it's nice to have him back because it's a lot better to watch him than the guy next to him on the screen.
Tim, any thoughts on Wheeler and Taiwan? I mean, as he gets wave or, I don't know, release or whatever they call it nowadays.
Yeah, like Luke said, the 4th inning was big. I didn't know he was going to make it out of that inning, and then he comes back for the 5th and sets them down in order. So I thought that was going to be a game where the bullpen was going to have to throw 6 innings, and he limited it some. Now you hope as he builds up, he goes a little deeper into games, but he did a really good job, and he was a stopper in many senses. With Taijuan Walker, I think he's one of the most professional people I've covered. Really a good guy. Stood there constantly answering questions about not pitching well, and not that those were unfair questions, but if I was him, I probably would have flipped out on people a few times, and he stood there in a professional manner and handled it. So I respect him a lot as a person, and I think at one point earlier in his career, he was a pretty effective pitcher. He's just not that anymore, and it's not his fault. I think people make this assumption when it doesn't work out that, this guy got paid and it means he didn't work hard, and that's not true. In most cases, it's not true. It's definitely not true in this case. but his body kind of failed him. He just didn't have it anymore. And I think it got to the point where the Phillies had to do this. But
5.12 ERA throughout his tenure with the Phillies, 24-25 in total.
It just didn't work out.
Taijuan Walker worked extremely hard. He did. And, my saying his hard work pays off. And it did last year for him. But this year, it's like you said, Tim, body failed him. It's just, I don't know where his head space was at after the body fails him. But you just keep having these starts. You can pitch, but can you do it anymore? And I'm sure he questioned that. Yeah.
The matter of, for the last 3 seasons and 2 months of just almost going just back and forth between, more last year, but, just going back between bullpen and they need a starter for 3 weeks. Now you're a starter again. Now you're not a starter again. Here you go. Find a new routine. Only pitch out of the stretch. Like, they had to throw this guy through a lot of things. And yes, I know everyone's favorite saying is he made his money. He's not allowed to be upset because I tweeted something out about how I thought he was just such a great person. And all the replies were, well, he shouldn't be sad on the bench. He makes $18 million a year. It's really not what it's about. But it's unfortunate. Like you said, Tim, he was a really good person. Just not a good pitcher anymore.
And then yesterday I heard the pregame show with Rob, and he mentioned that Jhoan Duran have begun throwing. I guess it's bullpens or any updates that you guys have on Duran, because he's a major piece in this equation.
I don't have an update. I don't have any updates on him, but obviously they need him. Brad Keller pitched well last night, but he hasn't pitched well to this point overall. Alvarado's not pitched well. Tanner Banks has not pitched well. So they need Duran back. They still have other problems. The bullpen is clearly not what they thought it was going to be coming into the season, but it's at least when you have Duran, the ninth inning is taken care of.
Bolin is close to returning. That's one thing that Rob
he threw in Lehigh. He threw in Lehigh today. He was throwing 97, 98 on the gun. I expect him back this week.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what he does. I think he's had a few outings where he's shown you something, and then he's had a few that aren't great. So will he be somebody that becomes something for the Phillies?
Might have to be.
Yeah.
Here, kind of a few questions that we throw out there.
Conversation. My favorite conversation when they're 30th in the league in every single hitting stat.
I don't know. What do they want?
What do you want to do? Yeah. Like I don't. It's what drives me the craziest when the Phillies aren't playing good. Everybody wants to hit Justin Crawford leadoff right now for some reason because they think
he can't hit right now.
He's
like 2 for his last 20. I don't know who you want to hit cleanup. I don't know who you want to hit fifth. I don't know who you want to hit sixth.
I'm a big Justin Crawford supporter. I'm a big Justin Crawford defender, but he's hitting 0.63 against lefties today.
But it's not even about but the thing with it's not even about, for me, how he's been hitting the last 2 weeks. If the game comes up in the ninth inning, if the lineup wraps around, do you want Justin Crawford hitting, or do you want Schwarber hitting, or do you want Trey hitting? It's the obvious answer. You only hit leadoff once in a game. And I understand that is why I was a forever supporter of Schwarber in the leadoff spot, because
he's getting the most at bats
your
he can
best
get.
Hitters the most at bats.
Yeah,
you don't want Justin Crawford coming up with 2 on in the ninth in a tie game over Kyle Schwarber.
Trey Turner last year made sense for him to lead off. If he doesn't get going offensively, though, I would put Kyle Schwarber back in the leadoff spot. You won a lot of games with him, having your best hitters hit the most. I know people say, well, he's a prototypical cleanup hitter. In 2008, Ryan Howard hit cleanup. Yeah, well, you had Jimmy Rollins leading off, Chase Utley hitting third, and either Shane Victorino or Jason Worth hitting second.
And 2008 was 18 years ago.
The Phillies, the Phillies don't have Rollins, Victorino, Utley, Howard in their lineup right now.
It's kind of comical now. When I remember when we were having comparisons on this show a couple of years ago, comparing this team to like the 08 team or the 11 team, and all those teams that won a lot of games. Now you have that comparison with these teams. It's laughable because of the 4 through 9.
Yeah, well, now
I want to thank Alex for his comment. Thank you, Alex. At least I'm not missing the way we're losing. I can tell you that. I mean,
you ain't missing much right now.
You know what? Oscar goes away. they start losing. They put a ghost energy, they start losing. I don't know.
As bad as everything look, I still think they can be on the wildcard race. Look, it will. I mean, the next few weeks. I mean, the next couple of weeks are going to be decisive. Are they going to be able to? They need to play 500 ball. I mean, they need to get to 500 as soon as possible.
They need to play 800 ball to get back to 500.
Yeah.
I think
by the All-Star game.
I saw.
I'm honestly in the booth right now, where I know you just said the next couple of weeks, Oscar. I think it's the next 5 or 6 games. I really do.
I mean, it's now or never.
If they lose 4 of their next 5 and they go and they look at themselves and they're 10-25, they're done. Like they're going to be fighting just to get back to 500. They're going to have to go like 35 games over the rest of the year just to get back to 500. Like,
I mean, it's
just crazy. I mean,
a year ago, the Braves came into the season with World Series expectations, and then Profar got suspended, and their season just never got on track. And it kind of feels like the Phillies, obviously, Johan Rojas is not Jurickson Profar, but they've had just a season where it feels like everything that can go wrong is going wrong. And you're right, with 3 wild cards, there's time to get back in it. I just haven't seen anything that makes me believe they're gonna.
And it wasn't like a couple years ago, too. Remember the Phillies had a 9-19 stretch, but they were also like 35 games over 500 when they had the 9-19 stretch. This is completely different.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to do something that I wasn't going to do, but I think it's important because I think we need to start with the pass. This was the team last year. Okay? This were the stats last year. 4.8 runs per game, 8th in baseball. We were 4th in OPS. Our issues were chase rate primarily. I mean, we're 10th in strikeouts, 12 in base on balls, extra base hits. We were 7th. I want to show you now where we are. Just remember these numbers. I'll ask. We'll do a test afterwards, guys. let me show you kind of where this team is right now. I mean, it's just a different team. And my question is why? This is where they are today. I mean, it was 4.8. 1.2 runs per game less. We're 28th in baseball. The question is why? This team is not that different than last year.
That shows you that everyone who got worked up about chase rate over the last few years kind of got worked up for no reason. Because their chase rate is actually lower. Their chase rate's lower, and they're 11 games under.
Remember, Luke, remember 2 years ago, their chase rate was like lower in April, and they weren't really hitting, and we were kind of asking, it wasn't this bad, but then they just said, forget it. And that's when they went on a stretch where they won like 29 and 35 games. And you're like, okay, well, they got the NL East wrapped up.
I mean, look at the number. Everything is 28, 29, 29, 30. I mean, it's just, and by the way, we were like 6th, 7th in baseball a week and a half ago against OPS versus right-handed pitching. I mean, we're at 18 already.
And you know what the craziest thing about this is? There's a stat on Fangraphs, 0 or O swing percentage, and it's a percentage of pitches you swing at outside the zone. Bryce Harper is at 37.7, which would be the highest mark of his career. So Bryce Harper, the one guy that's really hitting, is chasing. The rest of the team is not, and they're not having success. And that doesn't mean everybody should start chasing. It's you would think like Bryce Harper would be the one not chasing based off of his results, and that's not how it's played out so far.
I was hearing from a couple of people in the organization that they're not taking as many, or they're taking too many first pitch fastballs, and they want them to start taking or start going after the fastballs more, and they're just not doing it, and they're trying to get them back to doing that because they were working on that in spring training, and that's clear enough. They're trying to figure out anything right now.
Alec Bohm had a bat today against Sale where he went, I think it was 0-3 or 1-3, and then he started swinging. I mean, he was throwing fastballs in the middle of the plate, and he couldn't catch up to them.
Alec Bohm's now hitting under 100.
I'll show you in a minute, man. It's like
his batting average against four-seam fastballs this year is now under 100.
If Alec Bohm and Bryson Stott were their versions in the second half of last year, what do we honestly think their record is? I mean, it's not this.
Look at the right, Jeff. 2025 versus 2026. I mean, at least the 5th and the 6th hitter were decent or semi-decent. I mean, right now, everything is in red except Schwarber and Harper. Everything.
587 from your – Dave Dombrowski's right. They don't have a cleanup hitter.
Well, they don't have a number 5 hitter either. They
or a 6.
And a 6 and a 7th or an 8th. I mean, it's only – I mean, guys.
Yeah, I don't know what you do with Alec Boehm. I don't think they can move on from him. Who are they moving on from him for? Like, I think you have to ride it out. As flawed as Alec Boehm is.
Carter Kieboom ain't coming in here and saving you.
Yeah. If this team's going to have any success, it's going to be in part because Alec Boehm gets going. And if you told me this just ends up being a lost year for him, that the stuff off the field has seeped in, it wouldn't surprise me. But I think you need to ride it out with him because – and the same with Stott in many senses. Like, I think continue to platoon Stott, but it's not like when Sosa's been in there so far this season that Sosa is on fire outside of really one game. So,
that's one thing, Tim, that I did doing this analysis, and I'll show you the one that I'm going to in a minute. I think what we have is Turner, Schwarber, and Harper, and a bunch of platoons. That's kind of where this team is right now. Here are the numbers, right?
And Turner hasn't hit either.
And this is for this season. This is the OPS for this season. With against right-handed pitching, against left-handed pitching, and runners in scoring position. I mean, take a look at in left-handed pitching. Look at all the red. There's only one guy in green, which is Stott. That I think he has 3 at-bats against lefties, which is crazy. And believe
Justin
me, I double
Crawford
checked.
is hit 181 OPS. I know he's not that bad against lefties.
I mean, this is as bad as it gets.
The one that I look at, Brandon Marsh against righties, that version of Brandon Marsh has been the best player on the team this season, arguably.
Absolutely.
Yep.
He can't hit lefties. I know he came through with a single against a lefty, but in general, he can't.
I mean,
and
438.
I saw some people today frustrated that why are Crawford and Marsh not in the lineup? I don't know. Maybe because you're facing if you did a list of the pitchers in the last 25 years that are hardest for left-handed hitters to hit, Chris Sale would be in the top 5 and he wouldn't be 5. So
I think the bigger indictment is you put in Dylan Moore because you don't have anybody.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Look, last year, I have last year's numbers. The March OPS against lefties was 576, and his Stott was 575. I mean, you cannot hit that.
Yeah.
Lito Sosa was
Stott,
895. 895. Yeah. He's at 572 right now, but he was 895.
The difference with Stott is you have a guy to platoon with him. You don't. You haven't figured it out with Marsh, and I think Felix Reyes has had some good at bats. I don't think he can play left field, but that's not the biggest issue.
But he's a natural hitter. You can see him.
No, he can hit. So figure it out. See if he can make it work. But for the entire time you've had Brandon Marsh, you've known that he can really hit righties and not really hit lefties, and you've never found a consistent platoon partner for him that's been any good.
The biggest 2 numbers that stick out to me are Boehm and Trey. Boehm had an 818 OPS against lefties last year. He has a 392 this year. Trey had an 836 OPS against lefties last year. He has a 487 this year. Like, if all we do is complain about they're 0-10 against lefties, it's because they don't have a single righty in their lineup currently that can hit the baseball right now. Not a single.
That's what I'm saying.
Not a single.
Everyone below the top 3, and Turner, let's be clear, Turner is completely off right now. His numbers last year, as you were saying, 812, 801, 836, and 844. There's not even close to what they have there.
Anybody find it ironic that if you're looking at this chart, the most consistent player against righties and lefties is Adolis Garcia, and he's literally giving you what you thought he'd be giving you?
Yeah, that's what he is.
Well, what he's given you is not good enough either. He's had some moments, and he's been excellent in the field. Don't get me wrong about that, but offensively, you need way more consistent. Yeah, and this was the problem.
I agree.
I think if you sign Garcia to hit 6th or 7th, so be it. The fact that Boehm has been so bad that you've needed Garcia to basically be your cleanup hitter, even though he's performing like a number 7 or 8 hitter, that's why you're at where you're at. You have nothing after, especially on the days Marsh isn't in the lineup, but even on the ones that Marsh is in the lineup, after you get through that top 3, it's falling off a cliff.
Alec Boehm was, listen to the stat. Alec Boehm was 818 last year against left-handed pitching. Alec Bohm. He's at 392 this year.
Yeah. There's no way that's just baseball related in my.
I agree.
No,
I
it's
agree.
not. You know what, Tim? I think we saw that opening day when he was talking to us after the game. Like, you could see his face when that question was asked.
Yeah, I don't know how something like that couldn't affect you. And the fact that he got off to a slow start, it kind of spirals. And I don't know if he's going to get out of it, but they don't really have another. If Aiden Miller was healthy, then it might be a different conversation, but he's not. So for the time being, I kind of
felt for Bohm last year after game 2. He talked like him and Nick kind of talked like they both had one foot out the door, and one did. And I thought Baby Bohm was going to go out the door too. And
one had both feet out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And now wants to do monologues to the San Diego Padres media. Sorry.
He might have both feet out the door of the major leagues pretty soon, the way he's playing this season.
I mean, building on this, I mean, to me, what you need is you have the top 3 hitters, and then you have platoon guys. I mean, that's what you should have, but we don't have that. Unfortunately, we did not go against some of the guys that we should have probably brought right-handed hitters out there that could have potentially helped this team. I mean, expecting that we could develop some of the younger guys.
And Oscar, you mentioned too.
Comment we just got. They have been missing the 2021 Reds version of Nick Castellanos. Yeah, they missed that for the 4 years that he was here.
Yeah.
You thought you were getting that, and you didn't get it.
But that's part of the problem with the roster construction. And you knew he couldn't field well. You knew that he was a kind of off-the-wall personality. It's not like Dave Dombrowski hadn't met him before. So it's fair to like have conversations about have things run their course with Rob Thompson or Kevin Long or whoever. But to me, the biggest problem does still go back to roster construction. And part of that is that you're paying 2 guys in Taijuan Walker and Nick Castellanos. One in Walker, he worked hard, not taking that away. He gave you nothing for the entire time he was here. Castellanos worked hard for the most part, but gave you very little relative to what he was getting paid.
Also, they're paying Didi Gregorius $2 million.
Well, yeah, that's
and Nick Castellanos too. By the way, he's with the Padres, I think, in Mexico this weekend.
But it's hard.
He might be playing in Mexico next season.
They might leave him there.
but it's like what Tim said. Like, you're paying basically 2 guys $38 million to not be here, not do any. They didn't do anything when they were here. So how are you supposed to make your roster better, knowing that they're on the books and you don't want to pay that? Was it the third bracket, Tim?
Yeah, I do think that's the one positive is that you have those 2 coming off the books. Alvarado's coming off the books. Like, you have some money opening up after this season. Even if you're worried about the Nola deal and maybe about Trey Turner's contract, you do have some money opening up in the offseason that you could potentially shake things up to some degree. Garcia would be coming off the books. Bohm would be so there's a significant amount of money opening up this offseason. Obviously, you're going to have to backfill those positions, but in the meantime, I can't give you as positive a message about the rest of this year because
from what I looked at, and it's sad I'm looking at this on April 26th, but it looks like they're going to have about 67 to 72, 73 million to play with.
Yeah, and I mean that's not bad.
I mean, the question is, what do you play with? I mean, you had the opportunity to retool it, and unfortunately, some of the guys.
And do you trust the current brain trust to get this right? Because
probably a $10 million right fielder that they're hoping for a bounce back year. Sorry,
Dave is signed through 2027. Kind of feel like this offseason there needs to be a decision. Either he's signing a longer deal than that or stepping away or whatever.
There's a lot of decisions that are going to be made this year. This is to me, this year is I don't want to use the one thing that I did run today is we're 17% of the season. So we're close to the 1/5 mark in the season. And I know Dave said whatever. I think there are like 14 more games or whatever than based on what he said that he's going to evaluate the season on. Look, it ain't pretty. And to me, it's a combination of 2 things, right? I mean, you got the Turners that are hitting 230 and a 304 on base percentage or not getting on base enough. You need Turner to get going, just as Schwarber and Harper have gotten to a certain extent going. And then the rest is just, I mean, they need to be contributors. Get on base, find a way to start producing runs. But that's what happens. I mean, unless you play the hero ball with Harper or Schwarber hitting home runs, I mean, Harper had a hell of a game yesterday. I mean, with all those RBIs he brought in. I mean, unless they play, you have that hero ball from Harper or Schwarber, this team ain't winning.
Yeah, we talked all off season about, is Bryce Harper elite or not elite? And the defense has been a little questionable, but offensively, he has been elite, and nobody even cares because everything else has been so. I mean, Schwarber is having more like a season like he did his first 2 years with the Phillies, where he's hitting a ton of home runs, but he's not getting the base hits he was a year or two ago. And I think they'll probably come. But right now, Bryce Harper is unquestionably your best offensive player.
Absolutely, 100%. And I love the hit to left field. When Harper won the MVP, when he started to use left field.
It's a Rob
He
Thompson
started using
special.
left field. I mean, yesterday was, I mean, that swing was a masterpiece. What was that? What did you say, Luke?
I said that sounds like you sound like Rob Thompson. But you're right.
When
right.
someone is struggling in the majors, the easiest thing to say is they need to start hitting it to the opposite field.
You say that for Bryce and Stott, I think.
When
like
Bryce Harper's at his best, he's using the whole field.
Well, and when there's a pitcher that's struggling, you say, well, this guy's just a thrower. He needs to become a pitcher.
Maybe,
Tim, did you ever get the answer on
what's
the difference between a ball player and a baseball player?
I didn't.
Maybe we need we need Howie Roseman to start doing Phillies and Sixers as well. Maybe we can put him on top of everything.
But there's some downside to that too, because then you would get the group photo with everybody in the organization, and then you have like Big Dom DeSandro in the middle, like protecting the head coach. Which
I'll take Big Dom and Howie any day of the week. They
I just saw that comment that popped up. If you can put that back up.
Okay, sorry.
Like, it would take a different skill set. I don't think there's going to be a salary cap, to be honest with you. And if there was, it would be grandfather. It's not like they're just going to be like, next year we're starting a salary cap. Get on.
It'd have to be like 2030 or something.
At least. Like, that's the thing about a salary cap. It would take 4 or 5 years for some of these teams to be realistically able to do it. So, and by that point, you're talking about another CBA. So, I don't think you need to worry about that, to be honest with you.
Let's try to read hi guys. My opinion is this problem came in 2023 and is now exploding with Schwarber is just a slugger.
All right.
I mean, that's the truth. I mean,
I'll take a slugger that hits 56.
I'll take him as a leadoff. I thought he was coming back as a leadoff again.
Yeah.
I mean, are we really questioning the decision for them to bring back Kyle Schwarber right now?
No, absolutely not. That was the right thing to do. There's no doubt.
2023, I think we are going to look back at it, and I thought this potentially at the time and say that was the one that got away. That was the year, at the very least, they should have gotten back to the World Series a second time, if not won it.
It was handed to them. It was handed to them, and they didn't take it. I mean, those last 2 games against the against the Diamondback.
I've seen a few people say, though, that, like, Rob lost me when he had Johan Rojas bat there. What? You thought Jake Cave was going to come up? And
Jake Cave is going to save you.
I'm not saying they shouldn't have tried it. And I like Jake Cave. He's a nice guy. But
this is my favorite about like the whole Johan Rojas revisionist stuff, especially with he was 4 for 48 in the postseason. People seem to forget that team played like 25 games over 500. The second Johan Rojas played,
that guy made a play against Acuna. That if that ball drops,
they lose.
I was in the stands that night, and Tim, you were there. Luke, I'm pretty sure you were there. You could hear a pin drop, and I was watching Rojas right when Acuna hit. I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna get that ball, and he got it.
That might have been inside the park home run if it dropped.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that series changes, and I think they probably lose that if it's not for that.
Yeah, absolutely. So Johan Rojas, let's. I know he's not the most liked guy in the world now, but the bottom line, he made a hell of a catch that
day. And it's like you said, Oscar, it was handed to them on a silver platter. Like, it's one of the biggest collapses we've ever seen in Philadelphia sports history. Unfortunately, it happened to a lot of good guys on this team, and it just stinks. Game 4 stinks. I thought when they won Game 5,
exactly. I was going to say that decision with Kimbrough. I mean, Tupper was a little stubborn with Kimbrough. I mean, the same thing that I mentioned.
That's fine, though. He was his all-star closer that year.
Right, and the problem was Kerkering hit a wall at the exact same time that Kimbrough did. And we could do a whole show on 2023. It'd probably be more interesting. But, yeah, I mean, as someone else,
it was there.
Those games in Arizona were dark, and not just because of the stadium. They were.
You hated that stadium, by the way.
It's the worst stadium.
I've never even been there, and
it's a terrible stadium.
I've been there, but not for a baseball game.
I actually talked to Johan Rojas. He told me, look, the ball is hard to see in this stadium compared to others. That thing is too dark. I mean, it was
that stupid wall in center field where you hit it above a yellow line and then it's a home run instead of just like going over a wall. It's like a middle school baseball field.
So let me go a few slides here, but this is very telling. I mean, I am just completely shocked by that 580. We have the worst starting pitching in all of baseball.
I would never have guessed that in a million years.
The worst.
I would have said everybody got hurt.
It's just insane. I mean, that to me, that number 6-13 with a 580, and I get Taiwan Walker's in the middle of this whole thing with a 9 ERA, but it's just puzzling. I mean, we've invested so much money in Nola, in Christopher Sanchez, in Luzardo. I mean, now we got Wheeler back, but I mean, and we Painter with so much promise. We cannot be the worst team in baseball in ERA.
I got really upset today. People are blaming Painter. I'm like, 5 starts, really? We're going that angle? Like, I just don't understand.
Yeah, don't throw me the fifth part. No, don't throw me the fifth part. Oh, maybe they're look, guys, it's 580. I mean, the worst ERA in baseball.
Well, there's some truth to it in the sense that the Phillies have had, and this is not.
They've had really bad luck.
The amount of blue pits, and part of this is because center fielders aren't getting good reads on it, but they've had an insane amount of blue pits this season go against them. So some of that will level out. Like I said, I think Andrew Painter has been better than the numbers would indicate. I thought he pitched pretty well until he didn't in the most recent start, and he probably should have been taken out a batter.
Yeah, I thought Rob kept him in too long. So blame
so
Rob
I think he's going to be fine. I think Sanchez is going to be fine. I think Luzardo is going to be fine. I think Wheeler's going to be fine. I think this is what Aaron Nola is.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I mean,
I would love to know, and I know he's taken down some innings, so you really can't do this, but I would love to know what the relief pitcher ERA is without Jose Alvarado, because
he's not the worst. I mean, he's not the worst anymore.
There are others.
Banks is up there too, but
Banks up there. Look,
a former Phillies reliever became available today.
There he is.
Jordan Romano,
Jordan Romano.
Oh, no way. No way. Hey, let's bring Kimbrough.
I had some talks with
I want Kimbrough and Romano back to the team.
I had some talks with a lot of those guys in that bullpen last year about Jordan Romano, and they love Jordan, but they said like they thought it was going to be the best thing for him.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a nice,
he's a great guy.
Dude. Yeah. He was really good for Toronto. He's just not good anymore.
Yeah.
It's
by the way,
same as Taiwan Walker.
Still with the Mets, right? Kimbrough's still with the Mets.
Oh, also, I saw a post today that I got really upset about when Romano got released. It's, you see stuff on Twitter in the For You tab, and I didn't respond to it, but I said, if only Dave Dombrowski would have swallowed some pride last April when you knew he stunk. And I'm like, first off, isn't Jordan Romano on a minor league deal with the Angels compared to what he was making last year? You just don't do that. On a minor league deal, you can get rid of these guys whenever you want.
Yeah, and that's right before Alvarado got suspended. And actually,
Romano was good in May last year.
Yeah, in May he was lights out, and then he went back to being terrible. So,
but by the way, Sugar has been a very nice addition to this.
Pretty good.
He has. Yeah, he's done. Yeah. He's done well. I think Backus has had some moments where he looks good. Meza has kind of. I don't like the direction that's heading. It reminds me of Andrew Bellotti in 2023, where he had a really good year, but then they ran him out there a ton to begin the season, and he just kind of collapsed.
And it's weird too. Like Tim's feeling fine. It's just they gave him that expanded role, and then all of a sudden, like the wheels fell off.
The biggest thing for them right now is they don't have a lefty they trust. They don't have a single lefty that they trust. Alvarado's been really bad. Banks has been nowhere what he was last year. Mays is on a downward trend.
Who would have guessed?
Backus is your best lefty right now.
Backus is your best lefty, and that's a problem.
A guy that got optioned already once this season is your best lefty.
Yeah.
Who would have thought Tanner Banks would be this bad? Like with how good he was last year.
I mean, maybe we run Banks, it. He pitched too much last year. I mean, that's
we should have seen this one coming.
Lost. I mean, 18 hits in 10 innings.
I don't think that's a pitcher that I expect to be locked down for 4 or 5 years in a row. But he had a really good year last year. He threw a lot of innings last year. I didn't expect him to have a 7 ERA to start the season, but I don't think I was expecting a sub 3 ERA from Tanner Banks this year.
25 runners in 10 innings for Tanner Banks.
Yeah. I mean, Luke, you hit the nail on the head. They got 4 lefties, and you can't trust either of them. And
they don't have a lefty with an ERA under 4.2.
Well, and for what it's worth, I don't know who they'd bring up, but Banks still has an option. And if things keep going like this, they might.
Well, let's see. Let's look at who's available right now. Seth Johnson, Chase Schubert's already up.
Maybe the Alex McFarland that they brought up for one day. And
by the way, McFarland, I was in writing today. McFarland looked tremendous. Like fastball was 96, 97, but that sweeper he's developing. Oh, man, was he getting New Hampshire out with that? I mean, he came in at 6-2 games, non-safe situation. He's a 8th, 9th inning guy, but he moved
anytime you can get New Hampshire out, that's a guy. If you can get New Hampshire
that's a guy. Hey, is that a ball player, Tim?
Come on now.
I don't know if you can be a ball player if you're a pitcher.
If you're mowing guys down in AA, but that's
so going back, and as we go to the end here, what's happening, guys? I mean, what is the true? I mean, we have to get to the heart of this. What is the issue?
Everything.
What are the biggest issues?
The roster is not good enough. You brought too many guys back.
You won 96 games. You won 96 games. You
overevaluated some guys. Bohm and Stott have not developed into what you thought they would develop into a few years ago. I think the starting pitching, by and large, as we've said, is going to get better outside of Nola. The bullpen, it had a high ceiling, but so far, Alvarado has been bad. Banks has been bad, and Keller's been bad. So, I mean, that's really the issue. I think there's a distinct possibility the next time the Phillies play that someone other than Rob Thompson is managing them, and that's just a guess. That's not a report. But I think it's kind of one of the only things during the season they can do.
It's probably
but
a pretty
I
good
think that
against him.
Yeah, I don't think it's Rob's fault, but I also think when you lose 10 games in a row, you're not.
It leaves a major dent. It leaves a major dent.
That's what I get upset with the whole like let's play Rob Thompson, let's blame Kevin Long. I'm like, that's not going to make Bryson Stott and Alec Bohm hit. It's not.
I mean, it's
firing Kevin Long could have a chance of helping them.
Yeah, exactly. But
what happened? You're going to get if you do that. The guy
get his assistant.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, guys.
Or do you bring up Adam Lind? Do you say to Adam Lind, like,
look, those are the guys that got you 95 and 96 wins 2 years in a row. I mean, it's with the same guys. I mean, it's just they just need to they just need to wake up.
Been a top 10 offense since 2022. So I don't know.
It's look at this. I mean, look at this. Look at Bohm. Look at Stott. I mean, it's just.
I mean, we all thought this team was old last year, and they basically brought back a lot of those guys. Maybe they just
Schwarber has 40 strikeouts already, by the way.
Oscar, I remember a couple years ago you saying to me, you agree with me the window is 2024 and 2025? And I said, yes. Well, here we are in 2026.
It's 2026. Oscar, you and Tim both said it.
I didn't think it'd be like this.
No.
Yeah,
you know what's crazy, though? They could turn it around next season if this year you just want to call it a wash.
Yeah, but the question is, you need right-handed hitters, and you need people to make contact. I mean, you need the Luis Arraez of this world that are not striking out every time you go out there. I mean, and you start making contact and create things. Huh?
You need a right-handed power hitter, too.
Michael Garcia, dude. Michael Garcia is a beast, dude. I love that guy.
You need the roster
That's
to be
your boy.
good.
You need a rebound. I mean,
you need the roster to be good.
The problem is that the top three guys, what percentage of the salary does? I mean, that is $90 million out of what, the $300 million salary.
And they're all going to be playing next year at 34 years old.
Exactly.
I'm going to bring you guys a question here, and we talked about this on Phillies Fastball. Mike Gill always asks us, if you could amnesty one contract, just get rid of it in the city of Philadelphia, we'll play the Phillies. Which one would you get rid of?
Probably Trey.
Yeah, he said Trey.
My answer might be Trey.
I'd probably be Castellanos at one point, but
he's not here.
You're in the last year of that deal and Walker, so I might lean Nola, but I can understand. This is the problem when both of them, the Phillies gave extra years to lower the CBT hit every year. But those years are going to happen. Those bills are going to come due, and they might be pretty lean. They're already pretty lean right now with Aaron Nola. So it's not an easy question to answer.
No, it's not. And I like I said, I think because I still think Trey has some good baseball left in him. I probably would go Nola.
I do too. Yeah. Like I think Trey has good bait. He just want to bat.
But it's an 11-year contract, so that's where I agree with you, Luke. Like if you said Trey Turner, I'm not going to argue.
It takes you to 2030.
Yeah. Well,
let's just look at our ages in 2034.
Let's not. The future is not going to be a shortstop. I don't think.
No,
but I didn't see the bounce back coming last year, but. I know everyone has this idea of the Nola because I see people say
he was never coming back. Ranger Suarez was never coming
back. I
see
people say that they chose Nola over Ranger. Nola became a free agent 2 years before.
I mean, the Braves were going to sign him. Apparently, the Braves were going to sign him.
Aaron Nola literally told me to my face I had a deal done with the Braves.
Told everyone that. Yeah, like that's public. That's public. Like it's.
And people don't want to listen to you. It's it's
and Ranger isn't exactly lighting the world on fire this season either.
Yeah. By the way, at the time when they signed Nola, you still didn't know what you had in Christopher Sanchez yet. Like you,
right?
He became like this pitcher in 24.
Scary part. This is the scary part. Is that what? It's 5 more years, I think, right?
2027 MLB.
There's 4 more years after this year.
So, okay, so it's five with this year. Yeah, it's just not pretty.
Yeah, you know what? It's like Alec Boehm. You got to hope he figures it out.
Let's see. The 2027 MLB free agents, like that guy just said. Bo Bichette if he opts out. Oh, sorry, did you say outfield? George Springer.
He's 36.
He's not even an outfielder at this point.
Yeah.
No, it's a DH.
No, he's a lefty. It's not great.
more lefty.
It's not gonna lie. It's not great.
You could put Giancarlo Stanton back in the outfield.
Yeah, sure.
Well, some people would like that because he was good.
You know who is what's the guy that is on the Orioles now that got traded from the Angels?
Taylor Ward.
Taylor Ward. He's a free agent.
Taylor Ward's probably going to get 3 or 4 years heading into like his age 33. Joe Adell, I think, is a free.
Yeah, I think he might be. Who would you guys sign this offseason?
No. He has one more year. Never mind.
Who would you have signed this offseason? Like, say, like for some odd reason, Schwarber would have come back. Like, what would they have done?
Maybe Murakami. I don't know.
Yeah,
he's lighting the world on fire.
Wow,
right
he's 12 home runs already. I think he has like 12 home runs already.
That's my favorite too. Dave passed on him. First off, we have no idea if Dave passed on him.
Hey, everybody in baseball passed for him. We have
no idea if these guys are even interested.
I'm not against criticizing this roster, but the Murakami thing is revisionist history because I see people say they chose Boehm over him. Murakami hasn't played at third base at all. So they chose Kyle Schwarber over him, which I think
Nick Castellanos is a free agent next offseason.
Oh boy! Yeah,
third baseman.
Seriously, I thought he was going to make a trade. I thought he was going to make a trade for a right-handed bat. That's what I thought after the Bichette thing failed. After the Bichette thing, that to me it was a trade. The only, I mean, look, the Orioles, I mean, they went with Taylor Ward immediately, and they gave Rodriguez one of their their future starting pitching that has always been hurt. But the guy has
Boba
talent.
Fett saga, I'm telling you guys, when I went to bed that Thursday night into Friday, I've basically had enough where it's like, okay, they got a deal done. Something is, and until he signs, but then you didn't hear anything Friday, and you're like, uh-oh.
It's not like he's
what
been
happened?
good either.
No,
yeah,
it's
he's
not.
been
But
terrible.
I've said, like, I felt like both of them needed each other in a weird way.
I mean, I don't think it would have
It's a
hurt.
lot of money. It's a lot of money
Yeah.
that we're gonna have. It is what it is, guys. Well, let's talk about this week. I mean, we got. Let me just
Reese
pull this up
Hoskins
real
is a
quick.
free. Sorry. All right, I'm done.
Reese Hoskins. Yeah.
Boy, Luke, you're really like a.
Hey, let's move Harper to right field. Let's move Harper to right field.
What a bad list of upcoming free agents next
So
year.
Luke, you should put like my all free agent team for this
It's really
offseason.
bad.
So we got San Francisco for 3 games in Philly. Then we go to Miami for 3 games. Tim is going to be rocking there the streets of Little Havana there. I mean, having fun there. Then we got the Athletics coming to town. So we got Luzardo against Mailey, Sanchez against Webb. That's going to be a tremendous game. Webb is a tremendous pitcher. Painter against Hauser. So I mean, it's manageable. I'll show you the stats 1 second on the Giants. And then we got Wheeler against Perez, Eury Perez. Eury Perez has been up and down, still not back 100% from Tommy Young. Nola against Meyer. Meyer pitched really well today. Luzardo against Paddock, nothing special. Sanchez against Junk. He's not all the way to Junk, but he's not that. Okay.
I like how there's a pitcher with the last name of Junk, by the way. I think it's awesome.
That's awesome. Then we got Painter against Cibal. He started well. He's not been pitching well the last few days. Severino, we know who Severino is. It's Harper's favorite ex-Met. And then Spring, which is a good pitcher. I mean, so look, I think we have a better chance than we had last week, to be honest with you. But look, these are the numbers for the San Francisco Giants. They're 6 in strikeouts, or 20. They're like us in terms of hitting. They don't score any runs. 346 versus 364. And then look at the ERA. The ERA is good. It's a 383. Particularly the relief pitching have been really
this Giants
surprising.
series back a couple weeks ago was when this whole bad run started. Like, really.
I wonder why. Oracle Park.
Yeah.
There it is.
House of Horrors.
The Phillies are at the point they need to sweep a team this week. Like it can't even be take 2.
Could be them. Yeah.
Right. They could sweep the Giants.
It could be them.
Team. And like as good as Logan Webb is, Logan Webb's not having a good season. Hauser and Molly aren't having good seasons. So this is a series, in theory, you could come out and sweep it.
I was saying going into today, like if you won today, you got a little bit of momentum. You did gain a gain on the Braves. Obviously, that didn't happen. But like you said, Tim, all of a sudden you say you sweep this team. 12-18 after everything that's happened doesn't look as so bad.
I'll be honest. I never thought they had a chance to win that game today. Yeah, I don't even know.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Even before the home run, I don't think I thought they had a chance.
Yeah, but like, Chris Sale, just an increased Sale, lefty. You're 2-11 against lefties. I mean, what chance do you have?
This is the series where your starting pitching has to get going. Like, they're 29th in runs. There's absolutely no reason that Jesus Luzardo should be out of that game in the 5th inning on Tuesday. There's no reason that Sanchez shouldn't go 7 innings on Tuesday. Like, these starters got to get going. They're not facing they're about to go on a run where they're not facing offenses that are that good. They need to get something going.
He pitched against this team a couple weeks ago. I like to see how he does against an opponent a second time.
Yeah. They got to get going.
So we are 2-7 on series so far in the year. The only 2 series we won were the Nationals and the Colorado Rockies.
And they're not good.
The Nationals came down to a game-winning hit from your rookie center fielder, too.
They barely beat the Nationals in that series.
I mean, incredible, guys. Hey, guys, anything else you guys want to bring up before we close it for today?
I hope this show has some staying power in terms of what we're talking about. There might be some changes, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
I think it'll be an interesting next 48 hours for sure.
Yeah,
as they say, those are decisions above our payroll. I mean, Tim, right quick, where can we follow you on all the magic you guys are doing on OnPattison?
OnPattison.com. I also write for Bleacher Report for MLB stuff, and at Tim Kelly Sports on all social platforms.
That's awesome. How about you, Luke? Where can we see
follow
all your magic?
Yeah, you follow me at Arcaini Luke on Twitter. Anything.
Oh, you actually remember your Twitter handle?
Yeah, that one.
Why
that
isn't it, by the way, why isn't it Luke Arcaini?
I don't really know. I was really young when I made it, and I think I thought it looked.
You're probably like 12 when you made your Twitter handle.
It was stupid. And writing everything at Crossing Broad. Would assume some potentially big stuff could be coming out over the next few days. So,
hey, Tim, Luke, thank you. Jeff, I'll see you tomorrow morning on Phillies Fastball. We're going to be here talking with our dear friend Michael to make some fun out of this. Guys, it's now or never. This is a key week. I agree with you, Luke. The next 5 games are critical, or the next 6 games. So hopefully we can win, 5 out of 6, and then we'll all be happy. See you next week, guys. Thank you so much for being with us. Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Luke. You guys are the best.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
He left even before. I mean, hey.
Hey, Luke left too.
They both left. Look at this, Jeff. I mean, incredible, man.
And they get on me for coming on late.
Yeah, they're sweet trigger guys. No, thank you. Jeff, I'll see you in the morning, okay?
Yep.
Take it easy, guys.
Lanzamiento, aquí viene un batazo de Mundito entre right center field, la bola pica, se extiende, viene anotando Stott, empata el juego, también manda para la bola Turner anota y los Phillies se van arriba. Se prepara Mundito en segunda, el lanzamiento, batazo profundo para el center field, la bola se va, Schwarber Bob, ¡campanazo! Aquí viene el lanzamiento. Swing y lo ponchó.